Hello, I am Mrs. Wee and welcome to my back to school night video. I wanted to share with you, and this is our classroom this year. So I'm going to go ahead and present a little bit about our classroom. So thank you for spending some time with me this evening. Ideally, I wish we could be in the classroom, of course. That said, your students are amazing. They are really impressing me with attendance is very strong. Your students are logging in and participating, and it's truly amazing. So I just wanted to run down a little bit about the course. This is a video about English 9 honors, and I am Kathy Wee. And you probably are very familiar already with our schedule. So for distance learning schedule, our synchronous time, I sent this out in a course letter, and we meet on Mondays from my second period class meets from 10 to 10:40. My third period class meets from 10:50 to 11:30. And then on Tuesdays through Fridays is our longer classes. And again, my second period class meets from 9:25 to 10:20, and third period meets from 10:50 to 11:45. Now, even though our class ends at 10:20 as a synchronized group, I am still available for any questions, concerns. If your student is struggling with wanting to know how he or she could do better on writing, they can stay in the Zoom, and I am more than happy to answer questions and even have like a one-on-one where I could pull up their work and we can have a conference about how they might improve. So even though this is synchronous time and your student is allowed to go ahead and exit the Zoom, I'm still available until my next scheduled class. So I do generally need about 10 minutes to start logging students in. So for example, if I have your student in first period, I'm available really until 10:40. And so please let your student know that if they are concerned or have extra questions and they don't want to ask in a whole synchronized group, I do have large class sizes with about 35 kids per class, 36 and 37. But if they want to ask something in a smaller group or one-on-one, I'm available after our synchronized Zoom session. Okay, next up, for our class, what's really important is your student has access to the following apps. They can find this in the Elk Grove Unified School District portal. Synergy, of course, is where they're going to check their grade, and that is the grade that will show up on their progress report and their report card. Sometimes that differs a little bit from the Google Classroom because Synergy is what I watch and I make sure that those grades are most accurate. So I really strongly encourage your student to keep an eye on Synergy for their grade. The Google Classroom is a great communication portal for us, and I have posted resources there for your student. And of course, that's where they're going to log in to do like their daily assignments and know what their weekly assignments are. And then our main platform that we use for English 9 is McGraw-Hill. It's also known as StudySync, and this also can be found in the portal. Please make sure that your student is checking that every day, and especially on Fridays. Sometimes your student will turn in an assignment to me, and if I see that they can improve it, I might reopen the assignment, and so that they can go back and make any adjustments and edit anything. And so it's really important, like if your student turned in an assignment on Wednesday and they think they're done, it's really important that they just double check on Friday to make sure everything's turned in. If your student is having any problem whatsoever accessing any of these apps, please contact Tech Services. This is an email to contact them. However, this is the phone number. I know it's long lines and a lot of people are struggling with some connection issues, but they're there at the district to help you. And so please reach out. I am not great at navigating through technical issues. So hopefully the district can help you if you do come across an issue. Okay. I did attach a video that you can watch. I'm not going to show it in our little time together here, but I will send out this slide presentation and you should be able to watch this video. If your student is struggling to get into the portal, or if you don't know, if you want to know how your student gets into the portal, this is an instructional video that just reminds them of how to access the portal. And like I said, Synergy is our platform that we use. It's a communication portal, but most importantly, it is where your student can view grades. I do post a 0 if your student is missing anything. And so you can see missing assignments there. And I'll also leave like a little note as to like, let me notify Mrs. Wee when you turn this in. And I'll also post like when they eventually turn in their assignment, I'll post like, oh, I received the assignment on, and I'll put a date. You can email me through Synergy. It actually is not my most favorite mode of email because it requires a couple extra steps for me to access your email, but it is a tool that you can email me through that Synergy portal. And you can also check any discipline notifications if that ever should occur. Okay, the Google Classroom, all of your students are logged into my Google Classroom. Inside the Google Classroom, that is our main meeting portal. I will always have a daily assignment. Right now I'm doing a little playful assignment called Pun for the Day, where I present a little pun and I'm asking them to analyze and give their opinion about the pun. So really kind of working on that structure of presenting a claim and providing evidence to back up your claim and having a final thought about a text. It's just a pun for the day. I hope they are sharing them with you. Some of them are really cute and some are really goofy. But I do that every day and I give them 2 points for completing pun for the day as like a participation activity. And also it is an opportunity where I allow them to go into breakout sessions and talk about the pun for the day with 4 other students generally. And so it's just something that I've tried to add to our Google Classroom to give them an opportunity to think like even a small text is something we can analyze. Inside the Google Classroom, aside from the pun for the day or the daily assignments, you'll also find the weekly expectations laid out there. I've also posted some resources there. I have a virtual classroom that has some links to different resources. Like there is a PDF of To Kill a Mockingbird, a free PDF there. There's also a link to our Wolfpack TV channel. There's a link to the StudySync portal. There is a link also to tech services, the phone number that I just gave to you. It's really great. The Google Classroom is a really great tool for your student to be able to communicate directly to me, especially on any specific assignment. So if your student has a question about a specific assignment, let's say they're a little unclear about when something's due, they can attach a comment directly to an assignment and I get that instantaneously. In fact, it goes straight to my phone. So really, this is my favorite form of communication, is when your student notifies me through the Google Classroom. It's just such a quick and easy form of communication, instant form of communication. Okay, and StudySync, as I have mentioned, is our main learning platform for English 9 Honors. And it's a wonderful platform. I want your student to check it daily. I do space out the assignments, so I don't just load everything all at once. And everything is due by Friday though. And in StudySync, the students will find their weekly assignments, and that's also where they'll find my feedback. I give them feedback on the writing that they do. And I have been showing them how to access teacher feedback throughout that portal. And there's also literally thousands of excerpts, short stories, poems, and other texts that your students can read in the StudySync platform. It's a really good platform. Okay, this year in StudySync for terms 1 and 2, our English 9 group has decided to just focus on the first unit, empathy, for the whole first term. It's a great collection of poems and short stories and excerpts. And then in terms 3 and 4, we will be focusing on leadership, dreams, and love. Those are the 4 other topics. Each week I do focus on a different text, and I will roll that out on Monday and let them know, like, we are going to be reading this excerpt and doing a couple skill activities with this excerpt. We might do a blast, which is a short writing assignment. We always will have think questions with each text. And then on Friday we have a quiz, and their think questions are due by Friday. So I'm trying to keep it very structured for them. There is a core text that we will be reading. The district has asked for us to wait until the second half of English, so we might be back on campus by then. That would be lovely. But if we're not, the students will be reading To Kill a Mockingbird, and we have been promised that by terms 3 and 4, we'll have enough novels to pass out to all students. So I think that's mostly what the district was waiting on, is to make sure we had enough novels for every student to have a copy. So the whole entire English 9 team has agreed to wait until terms 3 and 4 to read To Kill a Mockingbird. I have in our Google Classroom posted a free PDF of To Kill a Mockingbird. So if your student would like to read it early, they may, but they are not required to. That is completely up to them if they'd like to get a head start on that. For grades for distance learning, I'm using a total point system. And so I'm not weighting grades for distance learning. Writing assignments and tests generally fall between 10 and 20 points. And then the daily pun for assignment, so I call it daily pun for the day, is just a 2-point assignment. It's like participation points. And there'll be multiple opportunities for reading, writing, and speaking. I know right now in the grade book, there's only one major test and one think question writing assignment, and those have a little bit more weight than the 2-point daily assignments. So, but just there will be a lot more opportunity. So there's going to be all kinds of opportunity for students to improve. And some other nuts and bolts. I do accept late work, especially in this time of distance learning. I understand, I'm a very understanding and compassionate person. I am not out to fail your student at all. I do want to challenge your student. I do not want to overwhelm your student. I am here to support and help. Now, on the other hand, if you have a student that is purposely being defiant and really not turning in assignments, and even though you have helped them, I have helped them, I may apply a late fee of 50% deduction for that type of behavior, but I'm not going to deduct points simply because your student lost internet connection, or they're struggling to get online, or there's maybe a family issue that has prevented them from being able to focus on their work. I'm very compassionate and understanding, and I will work with you to make sure that I get to assess what your student can do and then apply a grade accordingly. So I'm here to work with you, and I'm here to be a team player. And I do want us to strive to meet expectations. And this year I am asking that students turn everything in by Friday, because I don't want them working over the weekend. And last year I gave them, till Sunday. And then I had a bunch of students that were up really late on Sunday night trying to turn everything in. And I want them to have a couple days of downtime. So let's aim to get everything turned in on Friday so that we can have some weekends and family time. And so my deadlines ultimately for each unit is Friday by 10 p.m. Contact information, as I've said earlier in this presentation, I prefer actually when a student contacts me through the Google Classroom because it's instantaneous. However, there are other ways to contact me. Of course, through the district email, imcwee@edusd.net. You can contact me through Synergy. It is a little bit more of a slow process. And you can contact me through phone. I did sign up for an app, and I believe it's still working, where if you call me through the app, it actually transfers to my cell phone. So those are all options. Probably the best way to contact me is through email, though, because I'm not positive if that app is still working, if that comes straight to my phone anymore. I don't know. Please reach out if there's anything else I can do for you. I'm here to help. And like I said, my #1 goal is to challenge your student and, coach them in their learning and prepare them for Honors 10 and the AP World, which will be in their futures. So I wish that we could meet in person someday, but until then, be safe, be well, and thank you for listening.